You see, sometimes love isn't about being right there, holding hands or texting every hour. Sometimes the man who loves you the most is the one who steps back, not because he doesn't care, but because he cares too much. Love isn't always loud. Love isn't always visible. And sometimes the deepest love is quiet, patient, and protective. He stays away because he knows that you need to grow, to find yourself, to heal, or to learn lessons life is trying to teach you. A man who truly loves you understands that love isn't possession. It's respect, support, and wisdom. He might be battling his own fears, insecurities, or responsibilities, and he doesn't want to drag you into his struggles. Sometimes he stays away because he's preparing a better version of himself for you, a man who can stand strong, provide, and truly cherish you. He's thinking long term, not just the momentary comfort of being near. He stays away because he refuses to let pride, anger, or impulsive decisions damage what he values most. You so. Remember, love that withdraws is not always love that's lost. It's love that's patient. It's love that's strategic. It's love that's willing to wait, hoping that when the time is right, both hearts can meet in a place of understanding, trust, and unshakable connection. If a man who loves you stays away, don't mistake it for indifference. Sometimes the greatest act of love is distance, giving space for growth, reflection, and building a foundation that lasts a lifetime. Sometimes the deepest act of love isn't showing up every day, holding your hand, or whispering sweet words in your ear. Sometimes the deepest act of love is staying away. Yes, I said it, staying away. A man who loves you deeply might be pulling back not because he's losing interest or because he doesn't care. No, he's stepping back because he wants to protect you. And let me tell you something. Protection doesn't always look like what you think. It isn't always flashy. It isn't always dramatic. Real protection is quiet. Real protection is strategic. Real protection is selfless. You see, a man who loves you doesn't want to see you hurt. He knows life isn't always kind, and he knows that not everyone has your best interest at heart. Sometimes people come into our lives and try to manipulate, or test us, and the man who loves you sees it before you even notice it. He might step away because he knows that if he's too close right now, you might get caught in something that could hurt you. It might not make sense in the moment. You might feel abandoned or confused, but what he's doing is thinking 5 steps ahead. He's thinking about your emotional safety, your heart, and your peace of mind. There's another side to this too. Sometimes the world isn't ready for you to be vulnerable. Sometimes your heart is like fine china, delicate and precious, and he sees people around you who might chip it or break it if he doesn't intervene carefully. So instead of rushing in, instead of trying to fix everything instantly, he creates distance. He allows space not because he's cold or uncaring, but because he knows that the love he has for you is bigger than the satisfaction of always being present. His love is mature. His love is patient. His love says, I will protect you, even if that means I can't be by your side every second. And let's not forget that protecting you isn't just about other people. It's about your own decisions too. Sometimes you make choices that might hurt you, and he sees it coming before you do. He might stay away to give you room to learn lessons naturally, but with a quiet presence, a watchful eye, and the hope that when the storm passes, he can be there to catch you, to support you, and to love you through it. Protecting you isn't controlling you. It isn't forcing you. It's allowing you to face life while knowing that he's thinking of your best interests every step of the way. There's another thing about love that protects. It's humble. It doesn't scream or demand attention. It doesn't say, look how much I care. Instead, it quietly sacrifices. Sometimes he sacrifices closeness. Sometimes he sacrifices comfort. All so that you can be safe, happy, and free to grow. The man who truly loves you understands that love is bigger than himself, bigger than his ego, bigger than the need to always be seen. Love is about your well-being, your happiness, your heart. And when he steps back, is because he values that more than anything else. So if you ever feel that distance, don't immediately mistake it for a lack of love. Don't let your heart fill with doubt or fear. Sometimes the man who loves you most is the one keeping himself at a distance so that nothing in this world can harm you, nothing in this world can weaken you, and nothing in this world can take away what is yours. His absence is not a void, it's a shield. His patience is not indifference, it's protection. And his love, quiet and strong, is the kind that lasts a lifetime. See, here's the thing about a man who loves you deeply. Sometimes he's not right there by your side, not because he doesn't care, but because he's working on himself. And I'm not talking about little things like brushing his teeth or hitting the gym for the weekend. No, I'm talking about deep, meaningful change. The kind of change that takes time, patience, and guts. The kind of change where a man looks in the mirror and says, I'm not ready to love you the way you deserve until I can stand tall, strong, and confident on my own. You see, a man who loves you isn't just thinking about today. He's thinking about tomorrow, the next year, and the years after that. He knows that love is a long game, and you deserve someone who can not only love you today, but who can stand by you through the storms, through the trials, through the unexpected challenges that life throws at you. And that doesn't just happen automatically. That takes work, that takes effort. That takes a man willing to confront his own weaknesses, his fears, his past mistakes, and say, I'm not perfect, but I'm willing to grow for her, for us. Sometimes that means he's learning patience. Sometimes that means he's learning to control his temper, to listen better, to understand emotions he never understood before. Sometimes that means he's dealing with his own insecurities, facing the parts of himself he's ignored for too long, and refusing to bring those issues into the relationship until he's stronger. Because a man who loves you deeply knows this. Bringing an unready heart, a broken spirit, or an unresolved past into a relationship doesn't just hurt him, it hurts you. And he refuses to let that happen. You might see the distance and wonder why he's not there, why he's not showing up every day. And it might feel lonely at times. It might feel like he's abandoning you, but understand this, he's building a foundation. He's building a man who can give you stability, security, and a love that isn't just fleeting, but permanent. He's preparing himself so that when he does come into your life fully, he can stand as your partner, your supporter, your equal, and your protector without any fear or hesitation. And let's not forget the courage it takes to do this kind of self-improvement. It's not easy to face yourself, to admit mistakes, to acknowledge flaws. It's not easy to step back from someone you love because you know you're not ready. Most men would take the easy route, ignore the work, stay close, pretend everything is fine. But the man who truly loves you chooses the harder path. He chooses growth. He chooses integrity. He chooses love that lasts not love that burns fast and disappears. So while he's away, don't think he's absent. Think of him as a man in training, not for himself alone, but for the two of you. Every lesson he learns, every weakness he conquers, every fear he faces, he's doing it with you in mind. He's doing it so that when he finally steps into your life fully, he steps in as the man you always hoped he could be. And that, my friend, is real love. Real love takes work. Real love takes time. Real love prepares itself so that it can endure everything life throws at it. The distance isn't rejection. The absence isn't disinterest. The waiting isn't for nothing. It's preparation. It's growth. It's self-improvement. And it's proof that the man who loves you deeply isn't just thinking about today. He's building a lifetime with you, and he's making sure he's ready for it. See, here's the thing about a man who loves you deeply. Sometimes he's not right there in front of you, not because he doesn't care, but because he's thinking about the long game. And I mean, the real long game, not just the next week, not just the next month, not just what feels good right now. He's thinking years ahead. He's thinking about the life he wants to build with you, the foundation he wants to create, and the kind of relationship that lasts through every storm, every challenge, and every twist life throws at you. You see, it's easy to be present today. It's easy to send messages, go on dates, or say the words, I love you, when it feels good. But anyone can do that. Real love, the kind that lasts, is built on vision. It's built on patience. It's built on understanding that what you do today impacts the tomorrow you want to share. And the man who loves you deeply knows this. He knows that rushing in, trying to fix everything immediately, or forcing constant closeness can sometimes ruin the very future he's working so hard to create. He's focused on long-term success, not short-term comfort. He's thinking about the lessons you both need to learn, the growth you both need to experience, and the challenges that will come, and he wants to make sure you're both ready when they arrive. That's why he might step back. That's why he might give you space. It's not absence from love, it's preparation for love. It's preparation for love. He's planting seeds now that will grow into a relationship that's unshakable, dependable, and real. And let me tell you something, this isn't easy for him either. Long-term thinking requires patience, self-control, and the ability to resist instant gratification. Most people want results now. Most people want to feel loved and give love in the moment without thinking about the future consequences. But the man who truly loves you isn't satisfied with just good enough for today. He's thinking about the good, the great, and the extraordinary you'll both build together tomorrow. He's thinking about how to be the man you can rely on when life gets tough, when responsibilities pile up, and when the moments aren't easy. Sometimes that means missing out on today's closeness. Sometimes that means staying quiet instead of arguing. Sometimes that means watching from a distance while you both learn lessons independently. But he's doing all of this with your shared future in mind. He's asking himself, how can I make sure that when we're together, nothing can shake us? How can I make sure that when we commit fully, we commit with strength, wisdom, and love that endures? And that kind of thinking, that foresight is rare. It's the kind of love that lasts a lifetime. He knows that love isn't just a feeling. Love isn't just words. Love is strategy. Love is planning. Love is preparing. And that preparation sometimes requires patience, distance, and self-discipline. But if you pay attention, if you watch closely, you'll see it in the choices he makes, in the care he takes, and in the way he holds himself accountable even when no one is watching. That's a man thinking about the long game. That's a man building a future. Read with you, not just coasting through the present. So when he's not immediately present, don't take it personally. Don't assume he's lost interest. He's busy building the kind of love and life that you both deserve. He's focused on tomorrow, on the foundation, on the bigger picture. And when the time is right, he'll be ready to step in fully with his heart, his mind, and his commitment in place. That's the kind of love that doesn't fade. That's the kind of love worth waiting for. See, here's the thing about love. It isn't always instant. It doesn't always come with immediate satisfaction. Sometimes the man who loves you the most shows it not by being right next to you every second, but by stepping back, by giving space, by exercising patience. And I know patience isn't easy. We live in a world that wants everything now. Messages, answers, validation, but real love doesn't work like that. Real love waits. Real love grows. Real love grows. Real love understands timing, and sometimes that timing requires distance. A man who loves you deeply knows that love is not just about the excitement of the present moment. It's about building something that lasts, and when you're building a life, a bond, and a connection that can endure storms, it takes patience. It takes holding back when your heart wants to rush ahead. It takes resisting the urge to force closeness when the foundation isn't ready yet. Yet, that patience isn't weakness, it's strength. That patience isn't indifference, it's proof of true commitment. When he steps away, it might feel lonely. It might feel confusing. You might wonder, why isn't he showing up? Why isn't he doing more? And I'll tell you the truth. Sometimes the greatest act of love is saying nothing at all. Sometimes the greatest act of love is distance. Because in that distance, he's thinking about you. He's thinking about the relationship, and he's thinking about how to make both of your lives better in the long run. He's choosing a future over fleeting present. He's choosing wisdom over impulse. Patience in love also teaches both of you lessons. It teaches you to appreciate the moments you do have together. It teaches you to respect each other's journeys. It teaches you that love isn't about instant gratification or constant contact. It's about connection, understanding, and trust. And trust is built when a man doesn't need to prove his love every single second. Trust is built when his actions, even in absence, show that he's committed, that he cares, and that he's willing to wait even when waiting is hard. Sometimes the man who loves you is patient because he wants to make sure he's giving the right version of himself to the right person. He wants to make sure that when he comes fully into your life, it's with intention, with clarity, and with a heart that's ready for the real thing. That kind of patience isn't easy, but it's the kind of patience that proves depth of love, depth of character, and depth of commitment. It's love that's measured, love that's thoughtful, and love that endures. And let me tell you, waiting for someone who's willing to be patient is worth it. Because patience isn't passive, it's active. It's preparation, it's planning. It's ensuring that when the time is right, nothing is rut, nothing is broken, and nothing is wasted. The man who loves you is willing to wait because he knows the end result will be worth every lonely moment, every misunderstanding, every time you question why he's not there. So if a man who loves you deeply keeps some distance, don't mistake it for a lack of care. Don't assume he's lost interest. Don't let impatience cloud your understanding. What he's showing you is the rarest kind of love, the kind that waits, the kind that plans, the kind that is willing to sacrifice the comfort of today for the promise of a stronger, deeper, and unbreakable tomorrow. That's patience. That's love. That's commitment in its purest form.